Sarah asked a great question. Sarah wanted to know exactly what click-through rate is and why click-through rate is important. Well, let me explain a little bit about what this click-through rate thing is. So every time you do a search in Google, Google records that search. It says, hey, I saw that you did a query. I'm going to record that query in my database, and I'm going to record what search results showed up. Every time, and we call that an impression, every time somebody clicks, right, Google records that, and it says, oh, I see that you chose this search result. So it's going to take that click and store it in its database as well. So now it has a record of how many people clicked and how many impressions there were. So now what you do is you take that those two variables, you take the impression, you take the click-through rate, and the clicks, and it creates click-through rate. So the formula is very simple. It's the number of clicks divided by the number of impressions. Obviously Google's not going to tell you how many impressions. They're going to give you some estimates in their Google keyword tool. If you Google for that, Google keyword tool, they're going to give you some estimates of trends to give you a good idea of which keywords are important. But ultimately what it comes down to is how many people are choosing your search result versus your competitors. It's the same, it's the exact same for paid and for natural search. It really is. You can SEO a web page and make it perfect for the search engines. You've gone through your W3C validation, you've gone through the 150 or so criteria to make sure that your website is search engine friendly. And then you can go and create 100 pages of content, 10 a month, to have this great list of pages that are attributed to specific keywords that you're optimizing for, and have this great on-page SEO campaign. Then you can hire a team of link builders who over time give you more PR and more link building partners that give you the credibility that you need from a link building perspective, so that over time Google thinks that you're the most relevant search result because you've got great content and you've got a great number of links that are going to your website that say, hey, I've got the most relevant search result. So once you've got those two factors, you have the opportunity to get to page 1. But once you're there, right, there's 1 through 10 here. Once you're there, once you're here at number 10, it's all about click-through rate. It's all about who's choosing you in the search results. If you get that 10 spot and then you move down to number 12, I take a look at your listing in the search results. I take a look at your title tags. I take a look at your meta descriptions. Take a look at the URL that you're using to make sure that you are the most relevant search results to the user, that the user looks at number 10 and goes, oh, that's exactly what I was looking for. And as they do, you're going to move up to number 1. That's on the organic side. So on the organic side, if you've got the most compelling title and meta description, you're using call to actions, you're using value proposition, not just shoving your keyword in the title tag, and you get yourself to number 10 and people start choosing you, you're going to move up to number 1 because the click-through rate is better. And by the way, it's not just click-through rate. Click-through rate plays a big factor in that. It's also your bounce rate. If they get to your page, they click on it, and it's spam or it's search arbitrage or just some junk they just don't want to see, and they bounce back really quick, Google's going to record that as well and say, oh, you must not have been very relevant. And it's going to bounce it or filter it out. On the paid side, right, so this is SEO, and we'll just call this paid SEO. On the paid side, I'll just say you have your 1 to 10 again on the right hand side, and you've told Google, hey, I want to be right here, and I'm going to pay $5 for it. You want that number 2 spot, so you're paying $5 a click, CPC, $5 a click. If you can get your click-through rate up, if people are choosing your ad more than the number 1 guy and you're number 2, you've got a really good click-through rate. People find your ad to be the most relevant of all these that show up in the paid search. You know what they're going to do? They're going to give you a better quality score. Right? I don't know that it's $2, I'm just saying. They're going to give you a much better quality score. So now you're getting more bang for your buck. You keep optimizing that until your quality score is fantastic and your conversion rate is exactly where you need to be and your cost per action at where you're positioned is where it needs to be. Then they're going to keep reducing your price. But again, it's not going to hurt your ranking. You're still going to rank exactly where you wanted to rank, right? Exactly where you told them to rank. Or if you want to, bid all the way up to the top and tell Google, I don't want to be in the top position. I keep saying that because you really don't want to be in the top position. Then you're going to get the most bang for your buck because you have a higher click-through rate. Having better ad creative, having a better quality score, having people choose you in the search results has a huge impact to the price you pay on your paid search, and has a huge impact to where you rank in the organic search. So that's the importance of click-through rate. Again, It is clicks divided by impressions is click-through rate. You can actually see that data in your paid search reports. You won't be able to see that in organic, it would be nice, but in terms of what your click-through rate is in paid search, should give you a good idea. And if an ad is working for you on paid, why not try it in organic? Why not just make it a little bit longer so that you can fill in those 66 characters that Google allows you to put into your title? So that's click-through rate. So anyway, thank you, Sarah. Appreciate it.